Hello everybody and welcome back to Space Engine. Yeah, just back into Space Engine. This was a planet. I think this was because of the trailer like the Space Engine trailer I did. This is the last planet I recorded, I think. Anyways, we're gonna carry on with our adventures in the galaxy because, well, actually the universe. We can go anywhere. We can even control time, kind of like a Time Lord, but, you know, not Doctor Who. I haven't actually watched Doctor Who since David Tennant. I don't know, I just don't really care much for Matt Smith. I know he's the most popular or something like that, but whatever. Right then, I'm going to Alt-Tab and hope that it's not recording that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but we'll see. Because the name of the game here is I'm going to try to do this all in one video file so I can upload it directly without having to like put it through my video editing software, because I learned something. You may have noticed, like, look at some of my older Space Engine videos and KSP videos. Oh, son of a bitch. One second, and you'll notice that the quality isn't the best. Like, there's a lot of like feathering in dark places and all that. Object not found, but it should exist. It's like there's a lot of feathering around the dark areas, and it just kind of looks off. Well, apparently, that's like an actual thing, and I'm not crazy. What was it, like 0048? And I'm not crazy because it actually is a real thing. Because apparently, my video editing software is, oh really? Is awful, and the default setting for it is to compress everything, like really compress it, and it makes really bad quality. Like literally, I looked through it, and the default setting is for half resolution. I'm like, well, that sucks. But I figured out how to actually bump that up. So in the Space Engine trailer video, if you look at that, there's much less of that. It just looks better. But there's still some of it. It's kind of crap. But, no, so I'm going to try to do this all in one video file so I can upload it without putting it through the software, so it actually looks better, because I'm really annoyed about that. And this is kind of a cute galaxy. It's kind of tiny, actually. It's quite tiny. Like, look at it. I love it. Let's find a planet here. I have a place to go to as well, but I'll just hang around here for a few minutes. But yeah, so I'm not crazy, because I've always thought, like, especially like some of my KSP videos, the Iron Sky one, for example, I always really hated that one because the quality looked awful, especially in like the dark areas. Actually, there's a lot of issues with that, but apparently it's because the editing software is in fact terrible. And yeah, so who would have guessed? Anyways, enough of that. Does this have life, or is it? Yeah, this one does have life. Okay, it isn't one of the moons. It actually has aerial life. Well, that's kind of nice. Let me guess, hydrogen, helium? Yeah, of course. What's the life looking like? Aerial, abiogenic, so it's local. Actually, with that interstellar asteroid that flew through, that kind of adds some more, I guess you could say, hope or legitimacy to the idea that life can actually, like, you know, because panspermia, when life transfers from planet to planet, could, you know, easily happen within a solar system. But the real question is, does it happen star system to star system? And it's kind of questionable because the stars are so far apart that the transit times are billions of years. Unless, actually I think Cosmos, like the new, I said actually the second series of it, explained this. Where you could have, like, when stars travel through clusters, or nebulas and whatever, they could, like, the stars might get close enough that they actually might share material. So you can actually get material going from one planet in one star system to another one in another star system in only a few thousand years instead of like millions or billions because of the close proximity and the sharing. But anyways, this object, they're pretty sure was in transit for, I think, a few million years anyways. But it's kind of cool. It's the first confirmed interstellar object to come, to actually come here. So it's kind of cool. Whether or not panspermia or abiogenesis are the most common in the galaxy is actually very hard to determine. Because in order to do that, you would have to take a swatch of the galaxy, like say a chunk, a big pie chart, and then you look through every single star system in that pie chart, okay? And you look for life on, which star systems have life, and which ones don't. And then you look at the big picture of it, and you see, alright, is the life clustered? Like, are there stars, like, are there groups of stars that are fairly nearby each other that have life on them, and then big wastes in between those clusters that don't have life in them? And if that's the case, then panspermia is probably the most likely because the stars are sharing material and seeding each other. However, if you look at that big pie chart slice, and you see that life is spread fairly evenly amongst the stars, with maybe a few clumps here and there, but for the most part evenly, then you get the assumption that maybe abiogenesis is the most common. I don't know. That's more or less just a hypothesis of mine. I don't know how much credence it has, but judging by, like, Earth analogs anyways, it kind of makes sense to me. But I'm probably wrong. I don't know. Again, I do not have a degree. I am not an authority. I'm knowledgeable, I guess, but I am by no means an authority in these topics. There's actually so much I don't know. Like, a lot that I don't know. Even topics that I'm good at, I'm pretty sure there's a lot that I really do not know. So I do not presume to be an authority. I just like whatever. However, encyclopedic, I guess, knowledge actually helped me the other day. This is kind of a funny story. I was on Twitter, as I actually am more frequently these days, and I noticed the European Space Agency, had, like, their science page had this little quiz. It was like, quiz time. What is the exact number of stars that their Gaia mission cataloged for the first time? And I had just been reading about this. I was like, ooh, I know. So I just typed in the number, and it was like 1,142 million, I think. Yeah. And then I just tweeted that and went along my way. And then a couple hours later, I noticed that my Twitter notifications had been were full of things. I was like, okay, who's talking to me and for what purpose? And it turns out that I actually won one of the prizes. Cause the main prize, if you get the exact number, every decimal, then you'd win a postcard, an ESA postcard with the Gaia stamp on the back. But I didn't win that because I didn't have the exact number, but I had the correct number, just not precise. So 10 people got the postcard stamped, and then 10 people got just a collection of postcards, of ESA space postcards, and I'm one of them. And it's like, oh, cool. And then they messaged me and asked for my my shipping information. I was like, sure. So I'm apparently getting some ESA postcards, and I'm actually looking forward to that, because I don't collect postcards, but I like collecting things that are interesting. All right, mostly carbon dioxide, bit of oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water. Excellent. NH3. Oh, that's ammonia. I know because I've been working with ammonia in some ideas, so I actually remember that ammonia is 3 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen. Ha 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 ha. CH4, isn't that propane? I'm pretty sure that's propane. Propane is... Nope, that's C3H8. Then what the hell is CH4? Oh, it's methane. See, it's the... Welcome back to another episode of me embarrassing myself to the chemistry community. I'm terrible at chemistry. God. Ugh. Anyways, info. General. Abiogenic, organic, marine, unicellular. Yeah. Why is my throat scratchy? It has no business being scratchy. All I've been doing the last, I think 4 hours is just sitting at my desk and drawing, so... Yeah. Yeah, I draw poorly, but I do draw. I don't know if anyone remembers, I had, a few years ago, I uploaded some videos where I was, drawing things, and I time-lapsed them. I think I deleted them all because they're terrible. I think, anyways. I'm not entirely sure. I was, drawing anime characters in time-lapse poorly, because, not gonna lie, and especially in high school, I was a real weeb. It was very unfortunate. I even still have anime figures on my desk, on my shelf right above me. I figure I'm not gonna get rid of them. I bought them. Might as well just keep them. But no, oh god, I even had a fedora in high school. Like, I still have it somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is, but I still have it somewhere. I started wearing it like grade 11, and then wore it through to my first year of university. And that was in 2012, and then I kind of stopped wearing it after that. And, yeah, I don't know. It's like, I still do draw, but my style's changed. I don't do anime or, like, stuff anymore. I do kind of this weird blend of, like, Western and anime. It's anime inspired, but a lot of it is also fairly Western. Like the eye, especially the face is more Western than anime, because I personally kind of like the Western style, honestly. It's more realistic, but also you kind of like make it as weird as you want. I don't know. The comic illustration's a lot of fun because there's so many different styles out there. Especially, I especially like the really stylized ones because they're really just strange and out there, and it's really cool. But that's just me, I suppose. Anyways, we have some more things to go to. Is this real? Oh, it is real. Cool. Boom. What do we have here? These were planets that apparently remind... The person who posted them said these remind him of Pandora. There's like 3 of them. This one has life. Did Pandora have rings? I don't remember. Let's check. Avatar Pandora. I don't care about the actual... No, I wanna look at the planet. No, I don't think the planet did. No, it didn't. Alright, but it was orbiting a gas giant. Never trust planets orbiting gas giant. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. There's the gas giant. Yeah. Huh. Cool. It is kind of like Pandora. Although my favorite object orbiting a gas giant is still... Actually, there's 3 of them. Orbiting the gas giant in the Zeta Reticuli. You may have heard of it. You know, there are 3 little moons. They orbit a planet called Capalmos. Some interesting stuff happened there. A cargo ship once flew by one of them. They decided to land, and they found something of interest, and then xenomorphs. Yeah, like what? That was LV-429 or something like that. There's 3 of them, like LV-429, LV-22 something, and then the 3rd one they've never been to, but it's there. I love the Alien movies. The first Alien movie is my favorite, well, obviously, because it's the best. Aliens is also incredibly good. Alien 3, it's not the best. I like it. It's good, but it's by no means the best. But they really should have left it there. Alien Resurrection is absolutely terrible. I'll still watch it because it's campy, but it's absolutely terrible. And it's also... It's gonna be weird, but it's over-the-top graphic, I guess you could say. The other Alien movies, I mean, they have graphic moments, but generally there's not a whole lot of blood in them. I say that, I know there's like the chest burster scene in the first one, but beyond like that, whenever people die, they usually like would, you know, be hauled off. Like, it wasn't like gory all the time. The chest burster was like probably the worst scene. And in the second one, same kind of thing. And even the third one, you know, they had their moments, but they were, for the most part, they were more spooky. Whereas the fourth one, it was just like, it kind of had like 80s levels of just unnecessary gore, and early 90s. Which I'm not a huge fan of, actually. Surprisingly, I love Starship Troopers, which does that a lot, but it doesn't... It's not, like, over the top, and it's not, like, in your face for, like, prolonged periods. It's usually just like, oh, everyone dies, and we're back, you know, in the propaganda. Atmospheric. CO2, O2, sulfur dioxide, water, argon, and krypton. Lovely. I like horror movies that are not graphic, but like spooky. Marine, okay. My favorite, I always use the Blob as an example. Like the 1950s Blob with Steve McQueen was great because you never actually saw it kill anybody. It was all implied, and it made it just really, really spooky, and it was really great. And Steve McQueen's actually a good actor. I don't know. But then they remade it in the 80s, and just don't. Just don't. It's awful. It's just literally just like over the top gore in your face, and I hate that. It's actually really gross to watch, to be honest, and I'll never watch it again because it's just gross. Um, I don't know. I also don't like. I'm not gonna say I don't dislike David Cronenberg. I just don't like most of his movies because the whole body horror thing, not really my thing. I kind of like the movie The Thing, which was John Carpenter. Well, the original one. I don't know who did it. But then the John Carpenter one, then the newer one. These are kind of like Pandora. Um, I haven't actually watched it all. I've watched bits and pieces, and it's kind of on the edge. It's like the practical effects are pretty good, but it's kind of on that thing that level of it gets pretty gross pretty fast, and it's like I don't mind if there's like gross graphic scenes in movies, but when they're prolonged for like just too long, it just wears on me, and I just like ugh. I just stop. I just lose interest. Look at that, volcanoes and stuff. Kind of like why I'll never watch the Jeff Goldblum The Fly. I'll just never watch it because I know. I've seen bits and pieces, and I just know. It's like, no, I'm not interested in that at all. But that's just me. I love monster movies and stuff, but ugh. It has to be done tastefully. Come on, people. Look at these cliffs. As I crash into the cliffs. I talk about movies a lot on this, I've realized. I should make a movie podcast and just, do that, but... actually, the new Star Wars is coming out soon. I won't watch it in theaters, because I hate movie theaters, but I'm looking forward to it. Look at these dunes. Oh, and apparently Quentin Tarantino's possibly going to be directing the next Star Trek movie, and that's going to be terrible. Like, I don't really like the remake series anyways, but I've made my peace with them to the point where it's like they're canonically non-canon, like they're in their own universe, and that means that I'm totally okay with them doing whatever the hell, like they can change it as much as they want because it's in its own universe, so really they have free reign to do whatever they want, and it's not that shocking to me anymore. But I don't know, Quentin Tarantino Star Trek, we'll see. It'll be an experience. I'm actually really enjoying these planets. Thank you for whoever it was who recommended these. I always love a good gas giant moon situation. I've always been an advocate of exosolar moons as places for life, because like we found a lot of gas giants in the habitable zone of stars, but of course you can't really live on a gas giant unless you do floating cities. But I'm like, they probably have moons. They might have moons. So many of them have moons. And I actually read a paper, I think last year. It's getting more attention now, where somebody, I forget who it was talking about the idea of exosolar moons. I was like, that's right. That's just yes, exosolar moons. Other people are on board with this. I'm totally down. 'Cause I love it. I love moons. They're pretty cool. Ah, there we go. Let's go here. Boom. Oh, no. Alright. Yeah, it's a gas giant. I'm talking too much. I'm getting dizzy. I go long periods of time where I don't talk, and then I talk. Yeah. Again, I've been sitting here in silence the last 4 hours, listening to music and drawing. If you're interested, what I'm drawing is it's a comic that's intentional. Like, it's not good in any way. It's just, it's intentional. Like, it's just for practice, because if I don't have a goal, I won't actually, like, draw. I've discovered I have to have, like, a task. Alright. So, it's just, like, a way to get me to draw. I'll probably upload it for free on some webcomic site, but, it will be free. Wherever it goes, it will just be free, because there's no way in hell I'm charging money for people to read and look at substandard art. It's just that's just cruel. But yeah, it's It's heavily based on Space Station 13. It isn't Space Station 13, mind you. It has it's its own universe. But because like I remember I was originally thinking of doing a Space Station 13 comic because it is technically in the public domain, so I could do that if I wanted to. But I was like, no, no, I don't want. I don't like the idea of being constrained to. Oh, being constrained to pre-existing things. So it's its own thing. It's still it's a space station orbiting a planet in another star system, and it's very poorly run, and the crew is full of shit. It does have a clown though. That was actually the first character I've established. Only he's not a sanctioned crew member. Because like in Space Station 13, the clown's an actual crew member, which makes beating him up a little tricky because the AI and security will get mad at you. But in this one, I've made the clown is actually a disenfranchised janitor who just found a box of clown supplies and decides to just go with that because his job is incredibly tedious and boring. It'll make it more interesting. But the whole basic premise of it is basically I'm going to take... Oh, I lost that planet. I'm going to take experiences and rounds that I've had in Space Station that were either funny or exciting or just generally good times and translate them into a comic because there were so many really either hilarious or just fun rounds I've had in that game that they would actually make really good stories. So that's all it is. It's going to be like uploaded in 5-page increments. It's like each 5-page increment links together and it forms chapters, and each chapter is going to probably be like, I don't know, 20 or 30 pages, somewhere around there. I already have the first 5 pages like actually done, inked, and ready to go. And I'm working on the next 5 right now. I have line art done on them, but it's fun. Yeah, I don't do digital art. I do everything by hand on paper, which I like the control, but it's a lot of work because you have to like draw everything in pencil first, and then you draw it again in pen over top of that, and then you have to erase the pencil, and then you have to do manual toning and shading and all that stuff. And it takes a long time. Like each page is actually a lot of work. And then I have to scan it, and then I have to put the scan through a software, like a photo editor, that levels the tones so that the blacks are really black and the whites are really white, so that it has good contrast and looks good. And then I digitally put in the writing because my handwriting is awful. It really is. And it allows me to spell check too, because as you all know, I'm terrible at spelling. It's actually a lot of work for something I'm just putting out for free, but honestly, it's just the practice is the reward for me. So, wow, I'm not finding anything with life, so we're just gonna go here. Plus, if at least one person gets amusement from it, then I've done my job. This looks interesting. Let's go there. But again, it's not uploaded anywhere yet. I'll probably start uploading it after I have more like segments done. Because I have the first 5 like pages, but I'm gonna kind of wait until I have maybe until like at least like the first chapter is done, and then I'll upload it in increments here and there. That's why I have a bit of a margin of error. I don't know. Don't expect much from it. Anyways, that's 23 minutes, and it's been all one go, so we're gonna leave it there. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave comments that tell me where to go next. Or even just topics to talk about. I don't care. This is basically a podcast at this point. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.